Sure are liking those curtains. Look at the color on those plants right there. Looks good. Petunia! Now you won't see any brown patch here because I've obviously applied preventative fungicide, so I'm nice and clean, looking good, nice and green. Just about ready to put down my Protein 600 with that big old fat 14% iron. I'm gonna put that down here. It's gonna be about 2 weeks before July 4th holiday. That way my yard will be looking its absolute best, super dark green from that big heavy shot of iron. And we're gonna have a nice cookout out here. And of course I want my yard looking as good as it can. And I'll go and link up that protein in the description below. It'll be there if you want to check it out. Now back here looks good too, but I got something to show you. Oh yeah, look at that bad boy right there. Here, 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 and here. And I forgot about that spot here. Hey there, it's Pete with GCI Turf. I hope you're having a great day today. I'm going to welcome you out here to my test plot. You can see it's looking good. It's starting to actually kick back in gear pretty good. I did not do a preventative fungicide back here. This area has not had any fertilizer since, what was it, about the first week of May. I put down the Protein 12024. Hadn't had a drop on it since. Now I did put some cow tide and the CK back here, and that's obviously helped out quite a bit, I believe. The main thing that has helped me is the other night and other day we got a ton of rain. I mean a tremendous amount of rain. I think I ended up, after that 3 or 4 day period, I think I ended up with close to 5 inches. To be safe, I'm gonna say between 4 and 5 inches in roughly a 4 to 5 day time period. So the grass has then perked back up and started growing again. I mowed it yesterday, and guess what else showed up? Some brown patch showed up, and I'm excited about it. My little game plan worked as far as not putting any fungicide back here and allowing the weather conditions to dictate whether Rhizoctonia shows up or not, and lo and behold, I got it. Now you do remember my one little spot, it's right about here, that was stressed out. Well, that stress is completely gone because I've been putting some water on it. Obviously we got all that rain and that went away. So I showed you that brown in a previous video of that was heat stress, not brown patch. Let's go look at these brown areas and let's look at some key things that will help you identify brown patch fungus. So I had a comment on one of my last fungus videos, what was the most common disease for Kentucky bluegrass, and I'll just be straight up with you, bruh, I have no clue, don't know. I can say that this bluegrass has 0 disease in it whatsoever, and I'm not preventing it in any way, shape, or form. 0 fungicides on this, hoping that we can get some fungus, whether it be leaf spot or melting out or brown patch or whatever it may be. I want some disease here. So that's kind of the way I learn. I like to teach myself these things, and we'll just wait and see what happens here. But right now, boy, she's good to go. So when we get over here, I've got a textbook area right here. Okay, let's see, let me get right about here. See this brown circular pattern, patch like pattern, and look right dead in the middle of it. See that little bit of green color kind of right in the middle right there? This is a textbook pattern or shape for brown patch. Circular pattern, brown ring, and color right in the middle. Now that don't mean you can't have a solid patch, okay? I'm just saying this is a really good characteristic of it. Now when we get down here close, look here. See the discoloration and the pattern on this grass blade right here? And if you'll notice on the outside edge, all the way around this brown, there'll be a little black ring around it. When you hear me talking about lesions, that's what I mean. The discoloration and then a little black line or a black type ring, and that little black line will actually separate the brown and the green color on the grass blade. And here's another sign. You see this, the end of this plant blade needling? Don't get confused with heat stress, because that's not heat stress. That is part of the disease and the way the grass blade is reacting to that. If you come down a little bit lower on the blade, you can start to see all those lesions and the little blotches of brown. Here's another good characteristic right here. See how this leaf blade has some color on the end? But look at the middle of the grass blade. See how it's kind of twisted and wilted and needled up right in the middle? That's another characteristic. That's another sign right there for you. And look at this grass blade right here. Another sign. Look, there's your discoloration. There's your lesions on the leaf blade. I really wish this GoPro, I can't see how it gets fuzzy when I put it up close. Daggone it. I need to get a better camera. Somebody tell me what kind of camera to get that does good for video and up really close and give me a super clear shot so I can show you that up close. It's so frustrating it won't let me do that. But look, see how the end of that grass blade's curled? There's your another characteristic or another sign. Look at that one. That would actually make a pretty good camo pattern to paint on a rifle, wouldn't it? So there's your several identifying factors to help you figure out brown patch. Not to be confused by heat stress. Heat stress, drought stress equals lack of water. Fungus brown patch equals a lot of water. And just so happens I've done nothing to prevent the fungus back here intentionally, hoping we get a little fungus, and we did. And just so happens we've had crazy amounts of rain in the past week. So lo and behold, out here we've had an absolute success story for brown patch to show up. I'm loving it. So now I'm going to show you how to cure it, how to treat it. Man, I am so glad you decided to join the party. So since I'm trying to cure this, I'm gonna apply it a little bit differently. I got a couple of nozzles I'm trying out. We may end up putting together like a little package with it. This is the Typhoon. I need a super high pressure sprayer for this particular application because I want to put down a lot of liquid a short amount of time and not have to walk like a turtle. I'm going to split this 10,000 square foot into two plots. It'll be two 5,000 square foot plots, so you know that's about 3/4 of a gallon roughly or so, and that's plenty of water in my opinion to get adequate coverage, especially with the nozzle I'm using and the width I'm going to be spraying. Now once I get done with all this testing and trying out these two new nozzles, I'll figure out which way I'm going to go with that and let you know. I want really good, excellent coverage on this. I got my two fungicides, azoxystrobin, proconazole. I'm going to add some microgreen to the tank. It's kind of a fertilizer source. I don't want to apply any nitrogen with this particular application simply because the warehouse that ships all my protein, they're sending me a few pallets of the 600, and the second I get it, I'm going to come out and apply it to this back here at the test plot. So I'm going to go and put this down and let it start doing its thing. Either tomorrow or Tuesday, I'll have my 600. I can put that down, get that watered in, and this is going to be jamming for July 4th. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see how quick this cures this brown patch. And as soon as I see it clearing up and I start mowing again, I'll be glad to come out here and show it to you, and that way you'll know for a fact that this combination will absolutely do a number on brown patch. I like keeping an empty jug around here. I can just put some water in. That way I top off my sprayer and that kind of thing. That way I don't have to go back and forth to the water spigot. So I'm going to give you two situations, okay? One is situation back here at the test plot where I've been keeping it watered. The turf is healthy other than the fungus, and I want to give it a little extra color, feed it lightly going into summer. Do not want to hammer it with nitrogen. So I'm feeding it with the micronutrients from Microgreen, and then I'll have a couple of bags of 600 protein in the next day or so. I'll put that down, and so that's going to be good. That'll carry me all the way up until it's time to do the renovation back here when we're going to switch all this to Kentucky bluegrass. So 600, that's not a lot of nitrogen. It's a heavy shot of iron, but not a lot of N. But this will be probably the last time I put fertilizer on this grass back here until we do the renovation. So I might do a touch of spoon feeding with the 505 next month, depending on whether I run another fungicide or not. But that's situation number one. Situation number two, as soon as I get done with this, I'm gonna run over here at my neighbor's. Remember, I've been taking care of her yard. Her yard was severely heat stressed, really bad, almost pretty much checked out. And with all this rain, it started to come back to life. And I'm gonna feed it with the Green Punch. I'm gonna go with a different, a fully liquid mix instead of using the protein on it. I'm gonna go with the 1801, the Microgreen, the same curative rate on my fungicides, the same adjuvant. And I will go ahead and film that in a second video. And the only difference in the two is this one has had moisture because I've been watering it one day a week. That one over there, remember I told you, my neighbor's pretty tight and he's not going to water as he should, even though he has an underground irrigation system. I think he's run it 2 times this summer at the most. And so now it's stressed, but I've got moisture in the ground to work with now. I've got moisture in the ground. So that's a green light for me to give it a little food, going and put down some fungicide because he does have some brown patch starting to pop up. And we'll turn that yard around and get it looking good for him for July 4th. So anyway, hope this helped. Hopefully maybe you're in this situation and you know, this information can be useful to you. If you're interested in some type of a full-blown step-by-step lawn care program, all that's in my Cool Season guide. It goes into extreme detail on all this stuff, on what to do, when to do, how much to do of it, and that kind of thing. And I get so many people watch the videos and they email me and try to piece together things. I'm like, no, that's not how that works. And this, you know, that's why I have the Cool Season guide. That's why I did the lawn care guides, so that it eliminates all the questions that you have, and it'll take you through a whole season and really get your yard looking good. Say, I appreciate you taking time out of your day to watch. I'll check you later.